we'll work out some problems based on this BRS. So already you learned the format, now we can work out problems. Practical problem we will work out first, given on page number 12.44, practical problem number 3. On 31st March, cash book of Mahesh showed debit bank balance of 75,000. This is the bank balance of cash book. So, we are starting with balance as per cash book, 75,000 is given. Okay, we will draw the format and then we will go through the items. You give the heading bank reconciliation statement as on 31st March 2019. Is it 2019? Yeah. The format particulars and 2 amount columns. We will start with balance as per cash book, and this figure you must write in the outer column. So, balance as per cash book, the amount is 75,000, write in the outer column. With that we have to add certain items. So, the first item we will read, following facts were discovered. 30th March, the dates are also important. So, on 30th March, 2 checks of 5,000 and 7,000, that means altogether 12,000, 5 plus 7, were deposited in the bank but were not realized till date. Okay, it was deposited in the bank but not realized means it was not collected or not credited by the bank. So, though it was deposited, is anything happen in the passbook? Nothing happening to your passbook because it has not been realized. Understood? It has not been credited by the bank. The first item under less, this is the transaction. They will mention the transactions in different ways. You should be able to understand the meaning. That is why I am asking you to understand the concept and learn. Okay, so here it is, though it was deposited, it has not been realized, it has not been collected by the bank, there is no change in your passbook. Whereas, what would have happened in the cash book? Since we deposited the check, immediately the firm would have added it in the cash book because we expected an increase in bank passbook also. So, we added in the cash book, but did the bank add it in the passbook? No, it was not realized, it was not collected by the bank. So, only change is made to the cash book. Cash book we added. So, now to make both these balances equal, we will have to bring this cash book down. So, this is an item to be deducted and the amount is 12,000. Okay, so what you have to do now is leave some space. Altogether you have 4-5 transactions. So, you leave 3-4 lines here on the add item or the items to be added, you leave some space and then you write the heading less. Okay. That is checks deposited not realized. You leave enough and more space, even if there is blank space, there is no problem. You do like this so that you will not miss out any transaction. Checks deposited but not collected, that is the item. Here the word is given like but not realized. And those 2 amounts we will just add and write. In the inner column we will write, that is 12,000, 7 plus 5 12,000, which is less figure, so write within brackets. Then the next item, 3 checks, that is on 28th March, 3 checks of 6,000, 8,000, 12,000. So, 14 plus 12, 26,000 issued, not yet presented. Check issued, not yet presented. You remember the format. This is an item to be added, the first item under add section. So, checks issued, not yet presented. The total will add, that is 26,000. Okay, then we have on 31st March bank credited 1,250 as interest. So it is being added to your bank account. So passbook will automatically increase. So now we have to add your cash book also. So add this interest allowed by bank, you can write, or the sentence given in the textbook itself you can write. It is 1,250. The next item, similarly the bank had charged 150 as bank charges and it is not recorded in cash book. Bank is charging means taking amount from the bank account. So passbook will go down, cash book also we have to less. So interest charged we have to less. What is the amount? Okay, it's not interest, actually it is bank charges charged. Bank charges charged 150. Interest charged also the same effect. The last one, bank paid insurance premium 5,000. It was recorded as 500 in cash book. It was recorded but the amount is wrong. Okay, bank paid insurance premium means the bank passbook or the bank account will go down, isn't it? By how much? The passbook will go down by 5,000, but in cash book we have deducted or reduced only 500. Understood? Here we wrote less 5,000 in passbook, but in cash book we wrote only less 500, or we have deducted only 500. So to make both these equal, how much more we have to deduct from the cash book? Only 500 we deducted, we have to deduct 4,500 more. Did you understand? From passbook we deducted entire 5,000, cash book we deducted only 500. So you have to less 4,500 also now. So now we will write under less item, that is bank paid insurance premium. Bank paid insurance premium, the amount what we have is not 5,000, not 500, it is 4,500. Understood? Because passbook we deducted 5,000, whereas in cash book we deducted only 500. Now to make both these equal, cash book we will have to deduct 4,500. Okay? Okay, now the question is over. Now what you have to do is add items and less items also we have to add and write in the outer column. Here you just drew a small line in the inner column. Just add these two. So you will be getting 27,250 total of these two. Okay. Then later you will have to add all these together. In the outer column what we have 75 plus 27,250. Then next what we have to do is just add these three. The total of less items, that is 16,650. So we will less this figure from the total of above two figures. So finally what you get is 85,600. Just do calculations yourself, and that we will write as balance as per passbook. Since we started with cash book, this is balance as per passbook. Double line this figure and you can close this statement. Okay. So now you would have understood something. No, that's enough. Okay, next question is exercise or practical problem number 5. Cash book shows a balance of 12,500. Again we are starting with balance as per cash book. Practical problem number 5. Bank reconciliation statement. As on The date is not given. Draw the format. Just give the column headings, particulars and amount columns. We will start with balance as per cash book. Where should we write this figure? In the outer column, that is 12,500. Certain items to be added. So, we will read the items now. Checks issued not yet presented. What should we do? It's an item to be added. 6,000. So, check issued but not yet presented. 6,000 in the inner column you write. The next one, check deposited not collected. Deposited means immediately what we will do in the cash book, we will add it in the cash book. But it is not collected by the bank, not credited by the bank, nothing happening to your passbook. So, we have to bring this down, then only these two will become equal. Okay, so cash book you have to less, and you can't make changes to passbook since we started with cash book. So, less, this is an item to be deducted. So, leave some space here for writing other items. Here we have altogether 7 transactions. So, enough space you leave and write less. Checks deposited but not collected. Amount is 9,000. Less items, so within brackets. Then bank paid insurance premium. So, bank passbook will get reduced. Since bank is making payment, passbook will go down. So, cash book also we have to less. Amount is 5,000. The next one is bank charges, that also we discussed in the previous question. Bank is taking amount from our account. So, passbook will go down, cash book also we have to less. Bank charges is 300. The next one, directly deposited by a customer. Okay, your customer is depositing some amount to your account. Directly means to your account only. That's what you have to assume. So, bank passbook will increase. Cash book also we have to increase. So, this is an item to be added. So, write it here. Directly deposited by customer. Add it. It is 8,000. Interest on investment collected by the bank. So, bank is collecting for us. Collecting means bank is getting the amount. So, passbook will increase. So, cash book also we have to increase. Add. Interest collected. Collected by bank. Amount is 2,000, right? Yeah. Just see whether the figures are correct. The last one, cash discount allowed of 200 recorded on the debit side of bank column. Okay. Just think of the format of your cash book and cash book. They are talking about the debit side of the bank column. That means that's a receipt side. You remember the format of the cash book. This is the format. We have cash column and bank column. This one we are not discussing now. We are just discussing about the bank column and the bank passbook. Okay, so cash book, what happened? This was recorded on the debit side of bank column. Debit side means this is the debit side, or it's called the receipt side actually. What's the transaction? Cash discount allowed. The firm had allowed a discount of 200. But we recorded it on the debit side. That means we have considered it as received amount. Recording on the debit side means it is the receipt side. So, discount, it's actually being allowed, but we considered it as there is a mistake in this transaction. Mistake means not in the question, but what we did is wrong, what the firm recorded is wrong. We considered it as a receipt and we would have added it in the cash book, isn't it? Because we recorded it on the debit side of the bank column. Bank column means bank column of the cash book. They are not talking about the passbook. Bank column of the cash book. So, they recorded it on the debit side means they have added it in the cash book. Okay. Recording on the debit side means considered it as a receipt. They added it in the cash book. There is no change in the passbook. So, what should we do to make both these equal? Bring this down. So, less cash book by what is the amount? 200. Okay. So, this is an item to be deducted. Okay, now itself we can just add the totals. Total of add item, that is 6 plus 8, 14 plus 2, 16,000 you write here in the outer column. Total of add items. Okay, less item we have to write one more, that is what's item? Discount allowed, cash discount allowed. Minus 200. So, less items total would be 14,500. Now, you just find the amount in the outer column. The balance would be 14,000. That is the balance as per passbook. Now, you can close this. Okay. So, all these two questions were having similar transactions. So, now you would have understood how to do the BRS. So, you just have to learn that format, understand the transactions, then you can easily work out problems.